So I'm sitting here and I'm looking at myself before I started the video, and I'm thinking I look prim and proper in a way that's like socially acceptable. And where I say like, that sticks out in my head, and it's easy for me to identify with what's difficult for people around me. It's probably been a few days, if not a week or so, where my mental health has taken a toll on my physical ability to keep up with physical complications that I've been attempting to communicate, because inside I'm falling apart. And as I'm physically falling apart, I'm mentally falling apart. And that's not easy to discuss. And it's not easy to encounter people that don't understand when you understand. No matter what they attempt, you know better and you know right from wrong. And it's a shame where there's some type of mutual respect in that moment where who you thought would never know knows. So no matter what you say, you are always that to that person. And it seems that no matter what type of perspective somebody has on the world, and not in the sense that they are naive or gullible, but would rather, capture and grasp the humanity in people, it's odd when you encounter so many that don't understand, faking it till you make it is not making it, especially in that respect. And it's easy to encounter somebody where you would like to place those things in yourself on them and walk away easy. And you can't. And it's not that easy. And it's that much more difficult when there are others around you and everyone else that understand those things. So no matter what it looks like, it is that. And for somebody to feel the need to somehow express themselves in a way that allows others to see that more than change, but a perspective and a mentality can give them freedom from their actions that they assume are justified, or rather that they know are not justified, and that there is a possible way to resolve some of the actions that people have taken that you may not like. But if somebody has gone through them in a situation where they should not have, and they understand the confusion, or rather they understand, the hesitation in going about it a correct way. There is a correct way. There is a right and wrong way to go about something. And there is a right way in making the decision to deal with the things in your life are the problem in your life. And no matter the obstacle that you encounter, no matter the confrontation, the conflict, the contradictions, and everything that you may be going through, that is in the same action that causes you strife and hardship. And where there are others that feel the need to put people down that are really in that situation the right way, and have done everything in their power to do what is necessary and required, there's nothing that those types of people can do above outside forces that they can't control. That's just not their responsibility, and there is more than one. And I feel I have to say it because for a long time, it was like, I really don't understand why everybody else wants to justify and condone things that they don't even want, that they think brings them things that are What exactly? What are people assuming that materialistic items and money, they're gonna bring them to where in life? You're tearing apart your mental stability and your mental health. There's a reason why I can look good right now and feel right with myself, because I am right with myself. And where I feel tongue-tied sometimes, or I feel, figuratively strapped down, and whatever I went through is nobody else's business, except people wanted that out of me. And now I have to go through something where I have to be stronger than necessary and required for the average person again, because people don't know how to deal with their own personal issues that they'd rather make everybody else responsible to deal with. And that is unacceptable. And I'm sitting here and I'm wondering, when is it going to change? When are people going to realize if you have to go through certain things regardless? Okay? If slide that thought and that actual whole main focus into your own lives and situations. If you know that your action causes a reaction and response, but you're going out of your way to cause more, okay? You know that you're more than disruption. You understand that your actions lead to consequences and conviction. Then if you're already going to go through it, then go through it and walk right out. As in the right way. And that was my point for everybody. And the only reason why I would even subject myself is because I can't control outside forces that I have no control over. But I am saying people are wrong, because I have that right, because I live in a country where I have the right to speak on that. And if I'm wrong for saying it and you subject me to what you think is acceptable, then I will not condone it, and I will place that on the very people that are required to deal with this overall. And I hope they do, because I don't deserve anything that I've ever been through. And I should have said that. And I should have done what? To how many people? When they couldn't take a hint. When they couldn't figure out that I don't want to sit here and sound like Malcolm X. I don't want to be put on a pedestal on a podium like Martin Luther King. Okay, I don't want to be subjected like a geisha. And I don't want to sit here as if people can assume that I sit right with somebody like Jeffrey Dahmer. In what world is anybody sane? This is concerning, and this is serious, and this isn't a joke. And if that's the point that people want to give appearance with in their credibility, I didn't take that from any of them. They took it from themselves. And I'm sitting here and I'm wondering, where in the world is the magic in a movie? Where is the magic and that vision that we see in depiction that is supposed to exist in real life? I thought I could see that in people, and I thought I could pull that out of them, but I was wrong. I was wrong then, and I am wrong now for attempting that much. But there was nothing that I could do beyond my control, because I have no authority or position that requires me to. So that's left on those people. And it's a shame to sit here and know that much and be that much of what people want to call an asset, and that much of a benefit, and that much of just a means. And the last one is all they make it, but the very first two comes with so many synonyms that it is heartfelt and disheartening at the same time. And it is not bittersweet. And I hate myself for it, because I hate that I placed trust in people and thought that they were capable to deal with their issues that I know they are in fear of as well. And just because I don't show fear necessarily the way everybody else does. And just because I try and be strong doesn't mean that I don't feel fear, and doesn't mean that I'm not afraid. But I'm not going to sit here and allow that emotion and feeling to stop me from attempting to live something reasonable no matter what's going on, because that is wrong. So no matter how people see me, whatever they want to place in between, it's very sad that others and most know. And at the end of something like that, how ironic is it that it may be suitable and maybe even acceptable to say shaking my head?